From the moment we are born, we begin carrying invisible things. Names, hopes, and dreams that aren't really ours, but sound like they should be. We spend our childhoods learning how to be acceptable, how to fit neatly inside the picture someone else has painted for us. We learn which versions of ourselves will earn us love and applause, and which ones are too strange, too quiet, or simply too much. And so, piece by piece, we begin to trade our authenticity for approval. We learn to smile when we don't feel like smiling. We follow paths that lead us further and further away from where we truly want to go. We perform happiness, we perform success, we perform confidence until one day, we wake up and realize we've forgotten what it even feels like to simply be. Expectations feel so heavy, not because they are visible weights we can see, but because they whisper quietly in the back of our minds. They say things like, "You should be more than this," or "You should be further along by now," or "You should have figured it out already." They speak in the familiar voices of our parents, teachers, lovers, and friends. And sometimes, most cruelly, they speak in our own voice. Our world doesn't reward stillness. It celebrates constant movement, growth, and achievement. We're taught that every moment must be productive, that rest is a form of failure, and that seeking peace is just another word for laziness. We're conditioned to keep moving, keep climbing, keep becoming. But this constant state of becoming leaves no room for just being. We live in a society that teaches us everything about how to succeed, but almost nothing about how to simply exist. The weight of expectation doesn't always crush you all at once. Often, it settles slowly, like dust, covering the smallest parts of you until even your breathing feels borrowed. You start to wonder, who would I be if I just stopped trying to be someone else for everyone? Maybe the reason you feel so tired isn't because you're weak, but because you've been carrying everyone else's version of you at the same time. Think about the roles you play: the perfect student, the reliable friend, the strong one who never breaks, the kind one who never says no, the one who never ever disappoints. But every time you say yes when your heart is screaming no, every time you shrink yourself to stay acceptable, you drift a little further from who you truly are. You begin to forget that being human was never meant to be a performance. It was meant to be an experience, a messy, inconsistent, beautiful, and alive experience. You are not meant to live like a statue, polished and unmoving, waiting for others to approve of your shape. You are meant to evolve, to crack, to mend, and to breathe. There will always be people who misunderstand you. There will always be voices telling you to be something else, something more, something different. But the most profound rebellion is to quietly say to yourself, "I am enough as I am, even when I'm not perfect, even when I'm uncertain, even when I'm not what they expected." Now, making this choice, choosing yourself, doesn't always feel like liberation at first. Sometimes it feels like loneliness, because when you stop performing for others, some people will leave. They were never drawn to your truth. They were only drawn to your reflection of what they wanted to see. But the emptiness they leave behind isn't a void. It's space. It's room to breathe. It's space where you can finally hear your own voice again, clear and true. Space where you can make choices without needing permission. Space where you can finally exist without pretending. The world might not celebrate you for that. It might not applaud your quiet, newfound honesty, but your soul will. It will thank you for finally coming home to yourself. One day you'll look back and realize that the expectations you tried so desperately to meet were never real weights. They were only illusions. They were stories told by others, and you were finally free to stop believing them. You'll understand that life isn't about living up to a perfect image. It's about living through your own authentic truth. And when you start doing that, you'll feel the weight begin to fall away. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You will remember that peace was never found in perfection, but in permission. Permission to be real. Permission to rest. Permission to simply exist as yourself. So tonight, if you feel heavy, if you feel small beneath the gaze of the world, just take a breath, a deep one. And as you exhale, imagine that weight sliding off your shoulders. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You don't even have to be understood. You just have to be. And that is more than enough. Thank you for sharing this time with me. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more. Take care.